today I'm going to talk about one of the hottest fashion trends at the moment that I think everyone's getting into, and that is jumpsuits. My latest make is the Abi Jumpsuit from AK Patterns, and I am so impressed with this pattern. Feels actually like you're wearing secret pajamas. They are brilliant to wear, super comfortable, but how good are they for going out in? Because you can actually go anywhere in these and put a pair of heels on, a little jacket, and you're done. You're dressed up for the night or the day. This one's actually made out of a really nice brushed jersey. I purchased this at Lincraft. It's almost like a little bit of an animal cheetah print blended into like a jungle print. So everyone knows I'm a sucker for anything green. I don't own a lot of leopard or cheetah print, but I just think this is a little bit of a, I don't know, it's kind of toned down a little bit. And I think you can get away with a nice sort of a small print sometimes can look great in a jumpsuit, even if it's loud. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So I'm going to take you through the construction of it. This is Abi, and she is who the jumpsuit's named after. She's a very popular lady, and I'll put a link to her vlog and her Instagram in here as well. Athena Cacao Patterns, or AK Patterns, is she's fantastic. She actually has asked me, I've tested for quite a lot of her garments, and she's really big on inclusivity with sizes, and she was one of the first people to really increase her size range, which was fantastic. And I think a lot of her testers have taken up on that, because she wants to see the garment on all different body types, which is fantastic, I think. So she's one of the pioneers in that. She actually, the company was called Smiley last year. She was in collaboration with another lady, and Smiley stood for Sewing Makes You Love Yourself. And that company now has changed just into her own name, which is AK Patterns. And I think she's currently updating her website, but she has got quite a lot of patterns on there. And I can vouch for saying that everything I have made has turned out fantastic. I haven't had any issues with any of her patterns, and they're quite reasonably priced as well. And she will show you all the different testers and all the different garments they've made, so you can get a really good idea on how your body type might look in a certain garment. So at the moment, you'll see, if you're out shopping in any ready-to-wear stores on High Street or big shopping centres, you will see jumpsuits everywhere. And there's quite a lot of printed jumpsuits at the moment. You'll see florals, you'll see animal prints, you'll see geometric styles. The 80s prints and styles are really big this season. Jumpsuits, as you remember, if you're a bit older like me, you remember the 70s and 80s, everyone wore jumpsuits, and everyone wore jumpsuits for going out in as well. Like, you know, you've got your disco style jumpsuit with your platforms or your stilettos. People had glow mesh, people had lame, black golds, that sort of thing. Or at the moment now, which is really big, is linen jumpsuits, which is very good for practical wear for every day. So I'm loving the practicality of them, because they're comfortable, but you feel like you're dressed up enough as you would be in a dress. So the only thing with jumpsuits that you may have to look into is your opening and closures. Is if you need to go to the toilet, of course, you got to figure out how easy they are to get on or off. This one, the Abi, is brilliant because it's in a stretch. So you've got the opening at the front, you've got the tie, so it's just the faux wrap at the front. And I loved the construction. This was so easy. It's basically, there's a couple of pieces. You've got your two front crossover pieces. You've got the grown-on sleeves. So you basically, the sleeve is all one piece. So you don't even have to set in sleeves. You've got your back, and you've got your back and front pants and your tie. The pants, I think, are really flattering. There are two options for the pants. There is your wide leg style, or your more of a tapered leg. You can do two lengths in the pants, and she has got all of those in the pattern. So you can, if you want to print out just the wide legs, you can do that. If you want to print out just the tapered legs, you can do that. I've seen people do it in shorts. I actually love the wide leg culotte style, but the cropped. I've seen, I think Abi did that. I've done the 3/4 leg in the tapered. So you can just really tailor it to whatever you are going to get the most wear out of. So if you want a more dramatic style for nighttime, like a wide leg, even a velvet, like a crushed velvet, like a jersey would look beautiful. You can really give it a dramatic effect. If you want to tone it down a little bit, the crop leg I think is great functional for everyday wear. The only thing I actually changed with mine is I had the pockets in, and I decided to take them back out because I didn't like the hippie sort of effect it gave me. It's a little bit too much bulk of fabric around the hip area, which is an area that I have trouble with. So I just decided to give it that more sleeker effect and take the pockets out. But that's a personal thing. You can decide whether you want to leave the pockets in or not. And pockets are wonderful. I think if you just had the right type of fabric, you can just test it out and see, and they're quite easily to remove. So basically a jumpsuit like this, this one cost me, I had 3 meters of fabric. I probably used not quite the 3 meters. I think I got it for $7 a meter. So you're looking at $21 for a jumpsuit. Now I've seen very similar ones to these online and in stores for around the $150 to $200 mark. So you're looking at, it's quite a big saving. If you can learn to sew your own fashion and copy some ready to wear, get some inspiration while you go shopping, have a look around at what fabrics are in season, what's in fashion at the moment, and then you can make your own garment. Basically copy something you've seen. You will never get the same fabric, but you can find something similar. So to me, that is a bonus, to sew your own clothes and to make what's in fashion and save dollars. So I'm going to be featuring some more jumpsuits in the next couple of weeks. I'm actually planning on making a really popular jumpsuit that everyone has sworn by and loves to death. And that's the Zadie by Paper Theory Patterns. That is made for a woven, either a cotton, linen, so something with a bit more structure. But I love the look that everyone's done a review that has loved it. So that's going to be my next jumpsuit pattern. Another jumpsuit I've also got yet to make, I've made the dress version in it, is the Sally by Closet Case Patterns. Sally comes in a jumpsuit or a dress. Now last year I made the dress, and I made one for a friend as well, and she's worn it to death. We've loved them because they're a jersey knit. You can use a scuba. I think I made a scuba dress with a split side, and I love the actual fit of the bodice. So I'd be interested to see that in a jumpsuit. The pants on that aren't quite as, they're a bit more fitted around the waist area, so they don't have the pleating like this one. So that's something I need to look into. You've got to be careful of fabric and that type of thing, just to get that nice sort of drapey fitted effects. I think it's called Sirocco by Deer and Doe, is very similar to this pattern. I actually looked at that a while ago, but Athena had sent me this pattern for helping her out with some testing, so I decided to make it up as it was a free pattern for me. But as I say, her patterns are very reasonable, and I love this pattern. I wouldn't stray from this. I think I'd make this again, maybe in a shorter cut-off sleeve, as it's like a grown-on sleeve. You can really do the sleeve any length you like. There's also the Peppermint jumpsuit pattern, which is a free jumpsuit. That one looks interesting. The only thing with that is the opening and closing. I'm not really sure how practical that would be for getting on and off to go to the toilet in. So that's what you've got to look at as well. The Jazz by Ready to Wear comes in an ebook. I'm really interested to make this because there's so many variations. I just had a little look on their website before and their blog, and it shows you, there's so many variations. You can do shorts, you can do button front, you can do different length sleeves. I think that might be a go-to for me, the Jazz, maybe the Jazz and the Zadie. I'm really keen to look into both of those. And the final one I've seen that looks really flattering on most people is the Seamwork Sky, which is, I think they've made it from a linen as well. Very similar to the style of the Zadie, but not with a crossover front. It's like a V-neck front, a bit more fitted around the waist. That looks like a really nice design as well. So don't be put off by the fact that you've got pants to construct, because I think they're just the easiest things in the world. Once you start sewing pants, you'll realize that they are not hard to sew at all. It's just a matter of just finding out and measuring up. Make sure you cut your notches and everything, so you're measuring up your top half to your bottom, and when you're sewing them together, they have to measure up nicely. So you use a lot of pins, check your notches, and you really can't go wrong with it. I think their website should be up and running soon if you're wanting to purchase one of her patterns, AK Patterns. I'll put a link to that as well. Don't forget to check your stretch value of your knit or jersey fabric. You've got to make sure it has enough stretch in it, because I think it's usually around 20%. It's got a bit more body and weight to it than like a thin rayon jersey, which can be a lot more drapey. So be careful of that. Don't go for too thinner, stretchier jersey. Somewhere in the middle to give it a bit more body and structure. And so give jumpsuits a try. Get fun and playful with the prints and patterns that you choose, or if you want to go something a bit more glamorous, you can do something more of a plain or a textured knit fabric. You will have a lot of fun with it. So that is my Abi jumpsuit review. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see more of my channel, don't forget to click and subscribe, and I shall see you again soon for some more chatting about sewing. See you then. Bye for now.